Invincible, Season 4, Episode 2 review. I'll give you the grand tour. Let's get into it. Hello there guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm the Rogue Witcher. Thank you for joining me. If you're new here, I do content for all things geek nerd related, reviews, trailer reactions and all that stuff. And in today's video we will be doing a review of Invincible Season 4 Episode 2. I am very excited. I really enjoyed this episode and I can't wait to get straight into it and talk to you guys about it. So, no more waffling. Let's do the review. We start off with a really cool flashback to Viltrum many years ago. How many years we don't know, because they live very long. I don't know how old Nolan is, but it's a pretty cool flashback where we see young Nolan as a teacher instructing some future Viltrumite kids. He ends up having an awesome fight as it's the day of his ascension, because he's now technically an adult. He has to fight his parents. He puts up a good showing and it was a cool, brutal fight, but unfortunately he does get his ass kicked by his mum. She was a badass, man. She slapped him about. And we see how cold Viltrum people are, because she's like, I never want to see you again, you're weak, you're nothing. The dad was a bit more sympathetic, but it was just cool to see Viltrum and get a glimpse of what it's like, you know, and what it was like back then. We see a virus get released, which is pretty weird because somehow no one detected it. They did explain later it was disguised as a meteor, and it goes on to kill billions upon billions of Viltrumites. I mean, straight away you're like, what is going on? I thought they're the strongest people in the galaxy. How come no one knows about this? Surely, if you know who's taking credit, how can we get the virus again to destroy the Empire completely? Because some of them managed to be strong enough to survive it, aka Nolan. But yeah, it was very interesting to see how they were just completely almost diminished. Which because we've been led to believe they're the most powerful thing in the galaxy. Nolan says they only have 50 true-blooded Viltrumites left. That's not the whole Empire, though. Obviously, just as Nolan, people have been going and mating, and as we've seen with his two children, there will be half Viltrumites, so they will have other people, more soldiers. Plus, like Nolan said, they will have a lot of people of the worlds they've conquered that will just sign up and fight for them out of fear. A bit like how they've got those purple people always helping them. So they still have a great number and they are still in the advantage. But it is interesting to see that maybe they're not as strong and that this battle can be won. I really like the dynamic between Alan and Nolan, because it's sort of like, he likes being friends. Nolan is against it, but, they're slowly becoming friends, begrudgingly on Nolan's side. But they talk about the breeding, and the real purpose was to go out and find, a species that is compatible to then build the numbers, because obviously they don't want to do too much, if there's only 50 left Viltrumites. I imagine some might be related. Would it be inbreeding? I don't know. Surely, though, they could have just, started repopulating with just the 50. I don't know. But they felt this was an easier way, and maybe could do it quicker like this. That's fair. I'm just wondering why humans are so compatible, because we're so weak and average, but somehow works well with their genealogy to make, Mark, who's almost as strong as Nolan. So, yeah, I'm wondering why that is. Just a weak, normal human is the perfect match. Maybe they'll explain that in greater detail, but it is obviously very interesting. I called that he was the betrayer. As soon as I heard that there was a betrayer, I was like, I bet it's that guy of the Coalition of Planets. So I'm pretty happy with that, and I predicted that. Alan and of course Nolan have spoke to him, and they're going to go on this mission of recruiting all the weapons that Nolan, in his years of dominating for the Viltrum Empire, that he came across certain threats that he believed could be used to help aid them now in the fight against the Viltrumites. So he sends him and Alan off on this mission. It was funny. We got a weird spaceship, and it's obviously a ploy and a joke against Star Trek, which was quite funny. It was humorous, but yeah, it was pretty funny. And I'm really liking, like I say, their dynamic and their relationship and banter, Nolan and Alan. First one they come across is Space Hopper. He's got a cool bike, somehow survived 100 years. This is what I don't get sometimes with Invincible as the show. He couldn't get out of all that rock, yet he could hold his own. Even without the gun, he was landing shots on Alan and Nolan and taking shots. So why wasn't he strong enough to break out? I think they need to explain these things a bit better. It's like with Viltrumite, sometimes you're punching them, they're taking full shots and they're landing full shots, but you're taking each other's brutal power. But then another time a brutal shot will just completely go through you as if your strength is elevated. So that sometimes confuses me. But Space Racer is surprisingly, forgiving, and he joins up for the fight with his cool weapon. Surely they can ask him how he made it, and can we not just make multiple of them? Maybe that will happen. It wasn't brought up, but surely that would be, one of the first things you did. But yeah, again, I mean, he was a cool character, but I'm just wondering, how is he alive? They go on more recruiting. Unfortunately, some of the beings that no one wants to recruit are no longer alive because of things he's done to help make them extinct. Certain, beings. There's a planet where they're not more powerful than the Viltrumites. I can't remember what they were called, but they had all the cool armor with the guy on Earth that they're going to go find. But it would very much appear that they are quite powerful, but they haven't got the numbers to help fight yet because of what the Viltrumites did. They couldn't go toe-to-toe with them because then numbers are diminished. They are overall more powerful, but they used other means to really, I think he said like a crash, maybe, to help destroy some of the planet. I don't know. It wasn't quite clear. He said we hired the crash. Is that a species? Did we hire someone to do a crash? Oh, I've not read the comics, so I'm not versed. Maybe if you could let me know in the comment section below if you know what that was about, that would help me out. But yeah, we just go from planet to planet, finding some of the bugs that can be used, because they have some sort of organic matter that they can use to help weaken the Viltrumites. They're looking for Battle Beast. I can't remember who picked him up at the end of the last season. I should have rewatched that, my apologies. But yeah, they're looking for Battle Beast because hopefully he will help. The animals that they were trying to recruit at the end there almost got the better of them. Really cool fight, seeing them overwhelmed with the gravity. And again, I always love Invincible action. I think it's always very good. I love seeing Nolan fight and Alan, and they were doing a really good job battling and fighting off these beasts because the idiot on the Voyager, or whatever it was called, destroyed the ring. So they managed to get unfrozen. They're going to go back now. They're refreezing it and get them. So they're building slowly. And they are getting a lot of forces, but as the Great Betrayer says, it's not enough, is it, Nolan, when they get back to the Coalition's capital? And he's like, no, it's not. And then he goes and explains that he is the guy that did the virus. One, how? I mean, I understand he obviously will know his own physiology. Two, why did it not kill all of them off? And three, why are you not just using it now? Why are we going through this whole dance of recruiting? It makes no sense why he's not using it. He obviously didn't realise how well it worked because, like they say, they've managed to hide it. How sick was that, by the way, that the ring around the planet is all the dead Viltrumite? That was insanely cool. Brilliant. That was fantastic. I really liked that detail. But why is he not going to destroy it now? Is it because he knows it would kill him and he doesn't want to do that? Now that he knows Mark and Nolan are good-ish, and he doesn't want to kill them because obviously it would probably kill Nolan and Oliver, which wouldn't be cool. But I just don't see why he would care enough. Why not just use it to kill and then just finish off all the Viltrumites? He still has some. Is it because he didn't know how well it worked and he still felt there was way many and maybe it wasn't as powerful as it is? And now he's saying he's not going to do it now because obviously it will kill them, and maybe he does. Maybe he wants to try and change some of the last one's minds because he doesn't want to completely erase the people. I don't know. I didn't get that impression. My impression was he wants to wipe them all out, the Great Betrayer. So yeah, a little confusing with the virus there of why he wouldn't just use it all, I guess. But I'm guessing it will be explained. We then meet at the end Grand Regent Flag, I believe was his name, saying, I'm not going to give you a quick, easy DEF conquest. No. You've got work to do to sort of repair the damage that you've done by losing to Mark. Overall, I think it's pretty cool. Oh, I didn't see his mum. He saw his dad, didn't he, when he was throwing all the bodies out, but not his mum. So, perhaps his mum is still one of the 15. We'll get a showdown there. That'd be pretty cool. Or her versus Mark, grandmother versus grandson. Interesting where he said about the breeding, because obviously you have to be very specific for them to work and get powers, but yet it worked with Oliver and he called those people a lower life form. So again, little inconsistencies that I'm just wondering could maybe be explained better. But overall, I'm really enjoying the start to this season, and the build up already to going to war with the Viltrumites is really cool. This Grand Regent Flag, I'm guessing, is a badass. It's great to see more Nolan, because obviously since season 1 it's been, sporadically, just here and there. Love Alan, he's one of my favourite characters in the whole show, probably top 3. Still missing my favourite Rexplode, RIP. Obviously no Mark, which obviously is always a bit weird when he's the title character, but it was really cool to get the backstory on Viltrum and get a look and more information on them. Great to get a lot more information on Nolan and his story, sort of part explaining his journey and why he sees things the way they do. Really cool action sequences, fighting off the aliens, Space Racer, and stuff like that. And overall, just a really cool episode. Really enjoying, as I say, season 4 so far. Long way to continue. Please, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I reply to every single comment. Cannot wait to engage and talk Invincible. If you can, on your way out, smash a like on the video. It just tells YouTube you like it. They'll push it to more people who like Invincible, and I'll manage, hopefully, to grow and my videos do better. And that's the aim of the game, trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you want to stick around, subscribe and help me reach my goal and show support, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm doing pretty well so far this year, closing on 500. I want to thank you, though, just for watching, because that's the most important thing, especially if you stay to the end. Thank you very much. I'm going to go with an old school one. If you know people that you think might like my content, consider just sharing it. I never really asked that, but I just realised that maybe the word of mouth thing might be a good way to spread the word as well. If you want to follow me on my socials, that's in the link description on Instagram and X. They're the only 2. I am potentially thinking of maybe doing a Discord, so that is something possible for the future. I'm not going to waffle on any longer, guys. I'm going to let you go. I have been the Rogue Witcher. Don't know why I'm talking so fast. I want to thank you for watching. As always, I'll catch you in the next video. I'll see you next time. Adios.